There are serious changes in Battle of the Antlers. With the new iteration, you got new resources, and these resources are right here. The most important thing that you haven't had a chance to collect sufficiently unless you paid for it, or unless you dumped down tens of thousands of diamonds in the Lucky Scam or Lucky Snatch. Here you see that there is a red Holy Emblem selection black. You can select up to 5. And this is what I'm gonna do as well in the demonstration. I'm gonna show you how to select only these. So it will cost you some refreshes. Sometimes you will get to 20 as well. Okay, so altogether it may even be worth refreshing like 80 diamonds, 100 diamonds. It is not my fault if it's longer for you because it's somewhat luck based. But the good news is that based on my previous experimentation, the probability of getting any of the golden items doesn't depend on how many of these items are left. It just depends on whether they exist or not. So the chance of getting the very last red emblem, according to my experience or experimentation, is the exact same chance, exact same probability as getting the first one. So there are no changes, and it's not like you have only one and then you calculate the sum of all the items. No, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 out of 7 as long as it exists, or 1 out of 6 as long as it exists. So this is the number one thing to collect. Besides that, you got Divine Herald token, which is like 5 in total. So you can value it as 152 times 1.5 times 5. So that's the value. And for this reason, champion tokens have better value because they are like 152 times 10, so 1520 diamond value, because there is no 1.5 valuation. The other one, this one is like 3/4 of that value, so it's a bit more than 1000 diamonds value. And obviously, if you need any of these other resources, it's fine, but maybe you don't have to. So that's the idea, and you see that I already got kind of unlucky, because I'm not gonna get treasure hunt permits. Like, I have enough sources, not necessarily enough permits. 472, it's not enough for a pool, but I have enough sources. So for this reason, I refresh until I get the red emblem. Refresh once, and I got lucky. The rest of the values are just sweeteners, don't worry about them. And these here, you can see that you can do up to 200 pools. And this doesn't matter that much. This doesn't matter. These are just sweeteners as well. I mean, 100 times may be worth considering, but the problem is that how are you gonna get 100? Getting to 100 is quite difficult. And then this is the new artifact. Obviously, you just get one component to select. So what is its value? Like less than 9000 diamonds, I would say, equivalent, because you can get it via Astro Silver. So you got 3 missions every single day, and unfortunately one of the missions is paid, so you cannot do energy purchase twice unless you have at least a VIP1 account. This is the sad reality. Every single day one of the missions is gonna be paid, according to my past experience. Hopefully it changes, but I cannot be sure about it. So I couldn't even demo this with a VIP0 account, because then I would have missed out on 2. So if you're a VIP0, you can expect altogether 5 days times 4 equals 20 pools or 20 nets. Are these called nets, or what are these? Fishing nets, yeah. So 20 nets. If you're VIP1 or above, or I cannot guarantee VIP1 once again, maybe some of them require VIP3 plus account, who knows. Future missions are still up in the air. So then you get 6 times 5 equals 30 nets. So 20 nets and 30 nets. And in the limited time special, you get 1 more net every single day for a single purchase. So altogether you can choose between 25 or 35 depending on whether your account is VIP0 or higher. and higher, I don't know how much higher. I just write VIP plus in the document that I'm gonna show you here. So that's the antlers. VIP 0, 25 nets, VIP plus 35 nets in total. Refreshes for red emblem. This is gonna be our strategy. It's so far it's 1. As I said, or 10 diamonds, 10D. As I said, it can go up to 80. See, and you can purchase up to 6,400 diamond worth of net. So it's 6.4k in exchange for altogether 8 times 5 equals 40 nets. So altogether, if you're a VIP 0, you can get 65 nets in total. If you're higher, you can get 75 nets. So 65 or 75. What does this mean? You need to pull 5 emblems in total. And this may compromise your spend, or not compromise, optimize your spending as well. 5 in total. My experience, empirical value, is that golden pool or golden net or pool, I'll just write pool, requires 8 nets. A bit less, 7.8 or so was my average in the examples, but if it goes above 8, once again, it's not my fault, okay? So there is a luck element. And 8 times 5 is 40. Given that 8 times 5 is 40, and as a higher VIP you already get 35 nets, you may, if you're lucky, you may get away with just one purchase. Just one 800 diamond purchase, and then you get all the red emblems. But then this implies as well that you don't want to get any of the other rewards that can be viewed here. So this means you couldn't care less about Divine Herald tokens, you couldn't care less about Champion tokens, and others as well. The valuation, we'll soon talk about the valuation of some of these items. But it's based on empirical evidence of how much it costs. First, let's see a pool. So catch. Let's catch first of all the missions. I've pre-completed this before the video. Come on, go back. And now I have 7 pools. We need to get lucky to win. Catch one. Come on, please catch. There you go. We got the second best reward. Second. So for some reason the button is not working that well. You can also get other rewards that are not listed. There's a third one. What is wrong with this button? Fourth one. Fifth one, yeah, it's painful, but I don't want to overfish. Sixth one, come on, no. And the 7th one, still no. So you see, it's a luck-based thing. And now I'll make one purchase because I know for a fact that I will need at least one. And by the way, doing this like once a day doesn't hurt if you know that you're gonna need other things as well. And then let's see the 8th one. And then we got the Holy Emblem for the 8th. So altogether 8 nets were required in this specific experiment. I think you can believe me as well that I've run this a couple of times already. So a bit less than 8 is the average, but sometimes it's 9. Sometimes it could be more. It could be more. Now, even with a higher VIP, the maximum you can reach is this chest. Forget this chest. You need 25 for this. And you know what the path towards it is? These purchases. So with this, you're up to 80 if you do this daily. And then or 80, no, it's not 80, 85. You're up to 85 with $3, and then you're up to 9,500 if you purchase all of them. So it's like 24 plus 3, 27 in total. And then this is the price of that card here. Plus you can get the other sweetener rewards. So then the refresh. I'll show you one more refresh, but I won't pull. So after you get the gold reward refresh, obvious, you don't want to fish for anything else, anything lower than that. Diamonds are precious. So I'll refresh. That's number one. And we got lucky again. Now, don't expect this to happen like every single time. But this time I got like really lucky. And extraordinarily lucky. So that's the second refresh, and then you will see the rest. Now let's get going with the valuation of the items. You see that 5 nets, so valuation, 5 nets equals 800 diamonds. This means that 8 nets equals 8/5 times 800 diamonds, which is equal to, in turn, 6,400 divided by 5, which means 3,200 diamonds. Wait, I did something wrong. So 8/5 times 800 is not that. So 8 times 800 is 6,400, and I'm not dividing by 2, but I'm dividing by 5. So it's 640 times 2, which is 1,280 diamonds. This is what 8 nets are worth. Makes sense, right? Because 7.5 is 1,200, and then 0.5 is the remaining 80. So 1,280 diamonds. This is the value for an average, and you may get away with less, so it may be a bit less, so 1,200 or so. Empirically, I would say that it's 7.8 or so, and it's like 1,200 diamonds, or 7.5 or so would be 1,200 diamonds. So depending on how you value, this would be the amount, but just calculate with 1,280 because you cannot determine luck in advance. However, you can also do tactics-based execution on the last day. On the very last day, you just see how much you need to get what you want, and then your price might be even better. So that's the valuation. And then this is the amount you need to pay in diamonds in order to get some of these resources. And let's see the resources themselves. So first of all, we got the DH tokens. So come on, items, DH times 5. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Now let me move to my calculator, and then the pool is 152 if you do a full covenant pool per covenant, times 1.5, because one DH token is worth 1.5 covenants, times 5, which means it's 1,140 diamond value. So here is the item, here is the value, and then you'll see the discount or a premium, and this is gonna be a premium solution because 1,280 divided by 1,140 is basically a 12% premium. This is what you pay in order to select your token. And by the way, very important, by now you should get all 5 of these units. You see, unfortunately they still haven't updated these packs and they only contain the first 5. Now we are at like the 13th or so, 12th or 13th. If you still haven't maxed out your first one, maybe you are interested, but most likely not. If this is the last few that are missing from a 6-star, I can understand. Otherwise I cannot. But I can understand the champion unit token. So 10, so champ times 10. The value is 1,520, which is discounted as long as you need champions, because 1,520 is the value that you're getting but you're only paying 1,280. So this is a 16% discount. 15.8, but let's make it a 16% discount. So this is good, and you can get all the champions, obvious. Now, Eternity Adamant. Unit price is 100. So from 2000 it's discounted. Do you need it? Do you not need it? That's the question. So 2000 diamonds, and let's see. It's a 36% discount. Obviously, it's one of the best ones as long as you need it. If you don't, then you don't. Divination voucher, depending on how you view it, so it can be like 1,200 for 10 pieces. It can be 85, so 850 if you only purchase that. Just notice what you usually purchase. By the way, at this stage, you see I own 16. Why? Because we just had an event last week. I don't think this is the right time to get divination vouchers. This is why a live, more or less live take on the event is important. Treasure hunt permit, same thing. I'm not sure if it's like 130 or 135 the bulk purchase price, because on a Monday you don't have this this store up. But it may be break even, it may be slightly good. But when we had an event like the tarot event last week, then it's quite unlikely that you're gonna have a massive treasure hunt next week, right? So once again, it may be break even max. Now, emblem valuation, it's a bit difficult to value. It's a new item and it's badly needed, obvious. This one, 7,777 diamonds worth of component piece. So the value is crazy. The utility is questionable. So here, the envoy, 7,777 diamonds. I don't even want to see the discount, actually. So it's a crazy discount, 83% discount. So essentially you get something really, really cheap, and you can get 6 of it. Crazy. I'm tempted to spend everything, by the way, just because of the discount, because envoy somehow it helps. Now it's also in the shop for artifact essence, so you can get all of this. And by the way, the real discount is better than what you can see here, because let's not forget that in reality you get other items as well. And I couldn't care less about calculating what these like purple and blue values are worth. So this is like 300 diamonds each, possibly approximately on the ballpark of that. Although this one here could go up, like high up, because you can purchase stuff for like 1,400 diamonds like this. And the selection is not even guaranteed. So this is your grand prize for the purple. But don't get influenced by the selection here. This is your second prize, because this is like a 600 something diamond thing. So if you get any of these, or even tactics menu or 300, so you see that there are so many things that you can pull. And for this reason, I recommend playing this game full out. It's obvious. So this game will set you back 6,400 diamonds, simply because you'll need many of these items. Unless, of course, your strategy is to save everything and just pull units and nothing else. And Divine Heralds preferably, that you cannot even select from this box. I can understand that strategy. Whether it's optimal or not, write it in the chat what you think. And also write in the chat whether you think that one day a free-to-play competition of Era of Chaos, where we all start on the same server, would be interesting to you or not. We could do a free-to-play or low VIP competition, like a spending competition. I mean, I know the developers would love that. At the same time, it's who is gonna win? The one who spends the most, obviously, right? Because at this stage, if you're watching these videos and you're still watching, you know how to play, right? So your spending will greatly determine your position. But a free-to-play competition or a low VIP competition would be possible, more than possible. If you're interested, let me know. I'll talk to the organizers or the team, the Era of Chaos team, and we'll set it up. Or we may set it up. I'm not promising anything in their names. This would last something like a few months, like 2 months, 3 months. You can discuss the rules. You can also make suggestions. Just write it in the chat, because these competitions are fun. You could even have 2 segments, like free to play, low VIP. Just think about it, whether you would be interested in it. But either way, you see the antlers prices, and these are the items to purchase. This only if you badly need this, and the discounts are better than what they appear. By the way, I didn't calculate the cost of refresh. I think my average was somewhat below 50, if I'm not mistaken, 50 or so. I didn't record that, but bear in mind that you have this extra cost. But in exchange, this evens out the cost, that it's not 1280 but slightly less, because sometimes you get it from 7 nets and the average was below 80. So approximately you can calculate with these discounts. These are the items that are the most interesting, or seem the most interesting, and then we will see how to make progress and whether it makes hoarding any of these boxes. Because remember the Vidomina event, and just imagine that if you could put Eternity Atamants in there. Last time it was there, and maybe if there was another event like this in the future, just thinking, then I would not select all my Envoy, just in case, or I would not select all my Eternity Adamants, because it would make a lot of sense from the game developers to use some of these items in a future event like that. And that would make this game even more lucrative if you could multiply the rewards that you got. Just think about that. So with that, we're finishing the analysis. Once again, I'm gonna make this somewhat larger, like 200%. There you go. Summary: you get 20 plus 5 plus 40 equals 65 nets in total as a VIP 0. For higher VIP you get 10 more. I'll just write it like 10 extra. Okay, so with that you get 75. With 75 divided by 8, you can get 9 pools, and there is a high likelihood that you don't need the last net. And then it won't cost you 6,400 diamonds, but only 5,600. There is a high likelihood for that, so don't spend everything in advance, because it may be counterproductive. You may be pulling junk, basically. Now, my refreshes have been 10 diamonds each, but calculate with like 50 approximately, or if you need a buffer, then more. To get the gold item, you need approximately 8 nets, and by that time, most of the time, you pull the purple. If you don't, and the purple is like a 1,400 diamond item, you may consider spending 1 net on it, only if you know that you will make it at the end and you will have some leftover nets. So just keep track of your pools. And then 8 nets cost 1,280 diamonds from the store. And these are the discounts. These are the items that I am personally considering, other than obviously the red emblem box. That was the basis of the whole video, because it's so scarce that I might even consider it over the Envoy. Although Envoy has great value, but mediocre utility and mediocre scarcity. It's in the store. Eternity Adamant went down in value as well with the Divine Heralds. Champions went down in value with the Divine Heralds. So to me it's quite clear it's these 2 items, and that's it. Selectional differences may apply. So for example, if you need just your last few Divine Heralds, obviously you can do something else with that as well. good luck with pulling Battle of the Antlers. This is one of the best value events that we've seen for a long time.